Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, why the state of Ohio wants to take control of your thermostat.
Also, this Minnesota town's weather forecast is cloudy with a chance of running meatballs.
All that and more on the way next. The latest failed rebrand goes to the city of Austin, Texas. 8772 Radio U. They just rolled out a brand new city logo late last week. After apparently not having this is such a weird statement, but a unified brand identity for the city until now.
Okay.
But people are upset saying that this is the new Cracker Barrel rebrand. Somebody literally said whoever was responsible for rebranding Cracker Barrel's logo found some work with the city of Austin. How would you describe it, Allie? It's blue and green.
Yep.
It's got, it's an A, and the A is made up of a couple of squiggly lines. One of them is blue. Mm-hmm. It's hard to really capture it in words. You do kind of need to see it.
Yep.
But do you think it's such a failure as the internet seems to think?
I don't know if I would say it's a failure, but looking at the old logo compared to the new logo, I think it is a similar situation to Cracker Barrel, because Cracker Barrel, what we all mentioned was how it took out all the soul, all of the meaning, and like the person, the personality from the design. And that's very similar to this, where it's like the old logo, it had almost like a coat of arms on it. And it said founded in 1839, City of Austin. Now this one just says Austin, and it has this squiggly line logo. It's very plain and modern. And it does remove any personality. And as someone pointed out in a tweet, it like removes the character from the city of Austin's former logo. It's just it's a meaningless logo at this point.
Yeah. I think two things are true. I think some people have captured it accurately, saying it looks like a math textbook logo.
Yeah.
That's what it screams to me. But also, is it bad? No. Like, how many cities can you even picture what the logo looks like?
Very few.
Very few.
So, if any.
Yeah. And how many people, raise your hand if you knew what the city of Austin's old logo looked like?
I did.
Before we rushed to be like, whoa, this new one's so much worse. Really? Because the old one you didn't even care about. You probably couldn't have drawn it if I asked you to.
Yeah.
So even if you lived in Austin.
Right.
It's not like it was something special. It's old looking. It looks old fashioned. It looks it's not generic, but also it just has a lot going on, but that doesn't mean it has a lot of character that's memorable. This one looks like you could see this and you'd associate it with something because it's simple enough. So I'm not gonna get worked up about this one.
No, I don't think there's any need to get worked up, but I will disagree with you. I do think there is a lot more meaning and intention put in the original logo, because I'm sure there's purpose behind the different pieces and the coat of arms and all of that. Like literally in the middle of the coat of arms, it looks like an Aladdin lamp. Like somebody put some thought into that.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
I don't know, but it could be something meaningful to the city of Austin.
Home of genies.
Yeah.
It's honestly confusing to people.
Well, confusing to us, but we're from Ohio.
How many people from Austin know what that lamp means?
I don't know, but hopefully they do. But anyways, I do think that the new logo, it does reek of modern simplicity. And the old logo is like, oh yeah, it's like it's a coat of arms, which often have very strange things in them, like griffins and lions with wings and all of this stuff. And so, well, yeah, sure, why wouldn't it have a genie lamp and a cross with angel wings behind it?
Of course.
Makes total sense.
Some people have criticized it for being a ripoff of the city of Dallas's logo, which I had seen recently because SMU on their football uniforms used that.
Really?
And that looked actually sick. But yeah, and Dallas's logo is cool.
Definitely did notice that, and I watched that game.
It was on the helmet. That D.
Okay.
That's basically the city of Dallas logo.
Interesting.
And so it may be a bit of a ripoff or just not the most creative, but it works for Dallas. So if you're saying that this is soulless. Like, where are we criticizing? Who's criticizing the Dallas logo?
I just think this is a timing issue. They should have just waited for people to get a little less upset about the Cracker Barrel thing, removed from that situation before they drop this logo.
I don't know. I think everybody will pretty quickly move on from this. Even if you live in Austin, you'll figure it out. Yesterday, we got a movie trailer that I know at least Allie and I are very excited about. And many other people as well, because it has a lot of views on YouTube. The trailer for Wake Up Dead Man is out now. 8772 RadioU. Wake Up Dead Man is the new Knives Out mystery that we just recently learned is coming to Netflix later this year. And before it comes to Netflix, it'll actually be getting a full theatrical run for a few weeks as well. So very exciting. Allie, I'm sure you watched the trailer. What did you think? What are your first thoughts on Wake Up Dead Man? I
mean, it's intriguing. It's a whodunit for sure, because they're showing you all the characters and, you know, kind of setting up the murder for you and letting you know.
Establishing the all-star cast that they've assembled.
Oh, it's a great cast. But I just like the intriguing plot line of this was the so-called impossible murder, which is what Daniel Craig's character says. And so you're like, okay, well then who committed it? And that's what you have to find out. So I don't want to watch any other trailers. I don't want to watch any other clips. I want to go in completely just ready to experience this and find out who did it. And hopefully it's a satisfying mystery.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even think about this because normally, like, if it's a big, for a lot of big releases that I know I want to see, I will skip the trailers because I don't want anything spoiled.
I know. I was very tempted to skip this one. I got to be honest.
I didn't even hesitate when I saw the trailer drop. I was just like, I'm so excited.
I'm shocked that you watched it because you are known as the guy that doesn't watch the trailers.
But it would be so, like, if it's the kind of thing where they give away who the killer is to anybody in the trailer, there's any actual hints at all. Like, the trailer really does not tell you anything.
Other than it tells you who dies, which we didn't know before. We saw the cast of characters in the poster. We didn't know which one of them was going to die. So that was kind of a spoiler, I guess, for me, where I was like, oh, that person dies?
But, I mean, that would have been given away with the first 5 or 10 minutes of the movie probably anyways. So I don't think that's a big deal. It's surprising how it's 2 minutes long and there's so little that's actually shown of any substance at all of the movie.
They do a good job to not reveal really much.
Yeah. So it intrigued me. I'll tell you what I really like about it is the setting. It takes place in like a church. So one of the main characters is like a priest or whatever. And it looked so. The first Knives Out was so dark and dreary, and it was all mostly contained in the house, right?
Yep.
And then the second Knives Out, Glass Onion, which I did not like as much, was way more, it was bright, and it was like all, you know, much more modern feeling, like almost futuristic because of, like, Ed, what's his name? Ed Norton's character is, he's like a billionaire or whatever, and like, so he's rich. But it had a way different feel to it, and I think that took away from like, it made it feel less timeless to me.
Okay.
And this looks so like it could have been made in the 60s and it would fit in.
Yeah.
But it's still being made now, obviously exciting too. So I love, and it's just darker. So
it's if people say, describe the trailers, it's like a gothic.
Yeah.
Gothic mystery.
It's kind of dreary. So I feel like this is much more of a setting I can get behind.
Okay.
And so I feel, and I just, again, the second one was all contained to the big Glass Onion complex, but this feels much more like it's going to be smaller, and I actually like that with a whodunit. Like, you don't want people running around and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's supposed to be everybody together, and like, one of us is the killer. Let's figure it out.
Right. Almost like Murder on the Orient Express. You're contained on this train. Let's figure this out. So, yeah, I'm excited about this one. I like I said, I don't want to watch anything else because I don't want any spoilers. So I can't wait for it to come out. It's November, right?
I believe it should be in theaters for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then it comes to Netflix on December 12th.
Okay, so we won't get it for streaming until December.
Yeah, so hang on to your hats. This is going to be good. I just saw this report that in the United States, this is pretty unbelievable, but 28% of U.S. adults over the age of 16 read below the equivalent of a third grade level.
Wow.
So like a third of people that are grown up can't read at a third grade level.
That's pretty sad.
That's pretty sad. You know what's even sadder? The headline is that this is costing the United States $2 trillion per year.
Why?
That's your problem with it? That people can't read, and so it's costing the economy money? Oh no, the precious economy. What will we do if people can't read?
I mean, $2 trillion is a lot of money, but...
How can you even know that, though?
Yeah, I don't know how exactly. Are they just saying that this is because people that are less proficient in reading are not getting jobs?
They're not able to contribute to the economy the same way that somebody who can read at a fifth grade level can, apparently.
Well, I don't know if they're going to say that, but... interesting. I don't know how the data on this how they're able to chalk this all out.
Granted, this is a report, or like this is in a political publication.
Yeah.
So, but that said, if we're talking about a third of people that are grown adults in the United States, I mean, it's 16 and up, but like when are you not reading at a third grade level at 16 and then at 18 all of a sudden you can read? Like if by the time you're 16 you probably either can read or you can't. Not that it's not impossible to learn.
Yeah.
But if you haven't learned by 16, you probably odds aren't.
Yeah.
And so that's very it's sad, but to me that's sad for those people. Like I feel like they're missing out on life. I don't care about the economy. And how are you going to tell me we'd have $2 trillion? This is $2 trillion per year, they say.
Per year?
Per year.
Wow.
That we're losing because we're not teaching people how to read correctly.
Well, we need to fix that. We need to fix whatever the issue is with, our education system. I know people have pointed this out for years that not only literacy rates, but just all testing across the board has gone downhill. Like for a country with our GDP, we are one of the worst in the world as far as education, testing. Like if you look at I don't know, Scandinavia, their testing is crazy. Like they've got amazing numbers. And for us, we're we're over here lagging behind a little bit. So I do know it's a problem.
Tom says, won't somebody think of the economy? Truly.
They are. I mean, and this publication it's not like it's, because I think some people might look at this and think it's leaning one way.
It's not really a partisan one, but it is political.
It is political, but this is fully just them reporting on the news.
It definitely could just be, I mean, that's the headline. It is a full story. The headline, though, definitely did its job of drawing me in of this is okay. First, I'm concerned. I'm concerned that so many people can't really read. But the idea that the main problem with that is that it's hurting the economy, that drives me up a wall.
Why?
What about all the it's tough for those people. What about the economy? Who cares?
Well, I think the reason why a headline like this helps is because money talks. And when you see a headline like this, $2.2 trillion per year getting lost because people don't know how to read, maybe we will finally stoke some action into people so that we can start getting our education system fixed so people can read.
Teaching people to read, and people don't know how to read. Think of all the money that could be made and dollar signs pop into people's eyes.
100% sad that is what drives people, but it is. That's the world we live in.
Man, all right, let's start teaching people to read. Think about how much richer we could all be. Think about how much richer Elon Musk could be and Jeff Bezos if we just teach people how to read. A nurse in Whitesburg, Kentucky found herself tending to an unexpected patient recently. 8772 Radio U. It was a baby raccoon drunk on moonshine. And she had to give it CPR to save its life.
Not just drunk, literally dying.
Yeah, it was sauced, to say the least.
Sauced and tossed and drowning in its sorrows. I don't know what you want to say that, but this raccoon was no longer breathing, was about to be gone.
Fortunately for us, this was caught on video. Unfortunately for the raccoon, the CPR was successful. This is in Kentucky, where there are many distilleries. And in this case, this was a moonshine distillery where they infuse fruit flavors. They use real fruit in their moonshine.
Yeah.
And so in this case, they had used peaches to obviously make peach moonshine. They threw out the peaches in the dumpster, probably normal practice, but somehow a raccoon got into the dumpster and was eating the peaches. Because what I was thinking was like, if you've ever had moonshine, like, why would a raccoon want that?
Yeah.
It tastes horrible. But at least anything that I've had. But this raccoon was going after the peaches, which happened to be boozy. And it got too much and then wound up being, they say drunk. And then, like, I think because it was, like, it might have been in the process of drowning as well, because it looked like it had rained. And so there was water in the dumpster as well. But I don't know how this nurse found that there was a raccoon in the dumpster, but she pulled it out by its tail, started giving it CPR, and the raccoon has made a recovery.
Yeah. So initially what happened was this was a nurse that works in a building that's like across from this distillery.
Mm-hmm.
She comes out of work. She sees a distressed raccoon kind of panicking near the dumpster. And she finds out, I don't know why she went over there, but she finds out that this is a mama raccoon with two babies stuck in the dumpster.
Yeah. Please, my baby, she's not well.
No, there's two of them and they're stuck in the dumpster. And so she opens up the dumpster. She uses a shovel to get the first one out, and then she realizes the second one is like passed out. And as you mentioned, there's like probably a puddle of water or something. So like the booze makes the raccoon pass out, and the raccoon passes out in a puddle of water. And so now the raccoon is actively drowning. And so she yanks it out by the tail and then performs the CPR. And it spits up water and then comes back to life.
Yeah, and they say that it was taken in, given treatment, given fluids, sobered up.
Yep.
And now it's back in the wild, back looking for more boozy peaches, I guess.
I hope not. I hope this distillery has a new plan of how they're going to get rid of these fruit pieces that they use.
Yeah, but she was in the right place at the right time.
Seriously.
And if you want to see the video, definitely let us know at 8772 RadioU. I know raccoons can be a nuisance, but they're so cute, though.
They can be really cute, but I will admit they are definitely a nuisance. But, I guess the Hippocratic Oath, do nurses take that oath?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's all medical professionals, right?
I think so.
So I guess that, it crosses not just all human life, it's across species too.
Yeah.
She's going to save a life when she can.
Yeah. Shout out to this nurse and
Misty Combs.
Yeah. And then, any more raccoon videos. They are my weakness. I feel like I like raccoon videos more than dog videos. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a new bill in the state of Ohio that's sure to make your dad very upset. 8772 RadioU. A bill that would let utility companies take control of your thermostat.
What?
Yeah.
No. We're not letting this happen.
All the dads in the state of Ohio just freaked out right now.
I'm not even a dad and I'm freaking out.
Yeah. Now, it is one of those things where I think once you start to read into the details of it, it sounds a little less crazy than the initial shock value of they want to take control of your thermostat.
Yeah.
Set the temperature for you. But I still don't know that this is necessarily a good thing. So this was just introduced, which means it's not been voted on. It still has to go to committee, blah, blah, blah. Like it's
not coming to you anytime soon.
But this is at least an idea that somebody in the Ohio State Legislature had.
Who presented this idea?
They thought they needed to share.
Can we
with
hunt
everyone.
them down?
It's Representative Roy Klopfenstein of Haviland, Ohio. The bill would give utility companies the authority to lower or raise thermostat settings or adjust water heater cycles when electricity use is high. However, if you are participating, if you're somebody in this, you would be able to override any changes that they make. And then, it sounds to me like this would be something that it's not, everybody wouldn't automatically be
opted in.
But I can imagine like the electric company would be like, hey, sign up for this. We'll give you a free Nest thermostat or whatever. And you don't even know what you're probably signing up for. and then they're taking control of your thermostat when it gets really hot.
Yeah, no thank you. We did have a particularly warm summer here in Ohio, a hot summer. And I continually got emails from AP, my power company, that was just a reminder, if you can, don't use as much electricity during the day.
Yeah.
Like, don't run your washer and dryer. Don't run your dishwasher. Try and, keep your thermostat up a little bit higher than what you normally would during the day, just so that the power grid is not as strained.
Yeah.
Because it was extremely strained. Because we had really hot temperatures for weeks in a row. So I would imagine this is probably a direct response to that, where Ohio realizes our power grid is not really supportive of how many people we have when it comes to a summer that hot.
It literally says that this bill is aimed at reducing strain on the state's power grid. But then I'm thinking, I'm sorry, what am I paying you $100 a month for? if you don't have a power grid that can handle, this is my thing with so many things. Like we talked about that person that fell through the water slide a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like,
on the cruise.
Why are we building a water slide that's that close? Like the average person is that close to its maximum.
Yeah.
Why do we have a power grid? Why are we paying hundreds of dollars a month to have a power grid that can only barely handle everybody if it gets kind of hot?
Infrastructure is way, way behind compared to how our cities and how our states are growing, how quickly they're growing. Our infrastructure can't handle it. Just look at our roads. Our roads get backed up. I do traffic every day here at Radio U. Our roads get backed up so badly every single day as people head into the city for work or head home from work. And so it just shows you we just are not able to support the amount of people that we have living in our cities and in our states. And so, I don't know what the answer is. My hope is it's not this, because I really don't want a power company to have control over my thermostat, but they have to do something.
Yeah. Let us know. Do you want to opt into a power company, possibly be able to control your thermostat? But they could offer compensation, it says here. They could.
They could.
They won't.
It's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
We should get compensation for that.
The best event this weekend was not football related at all, believe it or not. 8772 Radio U. The best event this weekend took place in the town of Scandia, Minnesota, where they held their annual running of the meatballs.
Oh, boy.
This video is perplexing. It's mesmerizing. It's captivating. It is a fundraiser event held by the Gamble Garden Museum of Scandia, Minnesota, where they get, I guess you can purchase a meatball for the meatball race. And then they set up a ramp and then a track down an entire city block. And the meatballs race down to the finish. And whoever's meatball finishes first takes home a sweet prize. And there's actually prizes all the way down through 11th place.
Wow.
It is actually amazing to watch. Think about how long you think a meatball race would take. And then this takes longer than that. It's 2 minutes long.
This track keeps going.
Yeah.
I'm watching the TikTok now of these meatballs. Like, I guess it must be like slightly downhill because there's momentum for them to keep rolling, obviously. But there was one that was certainly in the lead, like by a lot. So somebody won that sweet prize handedly.
What is confusing to me or just boggling my mind is how the speed of the meatballs changes.
Yeah.
Like you'd think once they just kind of get going without any interference and the one that's in the lead is going to be in the lead. But like you're right, for a while there's one that's in the lead and then the other one that winds up winning comes racing from behind. And it's like, how did it get all that momentum? Where did it come from? Did somebody push it? What happened? Is somebody cheating?
No, they show you the whole time you're watching. No one's getting involved. No human interference. So, this is fully on the up and up. But the amount of meatballs is what's really crazy to me. It's like there's so many of these.
It's hundreds of meatballs. If I had to guess, at least 700, because I see meatball number 704 took home 11th place, and that earned it a meatballs and Swedish meatball reward. That is the prize for getting 11th place. The winner, meatball number 534, $500.
Dang!
Imagine winning $500 in a meatball race.
That's crazy. I would imagine
That's better than winning the Powerball.
Right. Since it's a fundraiser, I'd imagine you have to buy meatballs to be in the race.
You have to buy in. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure it's for a good cause, the Gamble Garden Museum of Scandia, Minnesota. I would love to I mean, there's a lot of people watching in person. I would love to be there for this.
This would be a really cool thing to do, like a remote broadcast of.
Yeah,
and the meatballs are coming down the track. No, but this is just a really cool story. What question came to me though? You said Scandia, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So my assumption is this is a Scandinavian practice, like Scandinavian culture.
Well, it's Swedish meatballs.
Swedish meatballs.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which also makes me want to go to IKEA now.
Oh,
that's the next best thing.
Because they do have a Swedish flag on the track.
Right. Yep. That's exactly what this is. My last question is, you could win $500 for winning the meatball race. How much money could you make betting on it? I got some inside information. Number 534 is going to run well today. A surprising amount of people experience anxiety with a nearly everyday activity. 8772 Radio U. Nearly 2/3 of Gen Z drivers claim they have refuel anxiety, according to this new survey.
Okay.
This is where apparently if you're under the age of 24, you get nervous when you need to fill up your tank of your car.
Why?
Some of the reasons given, the worries include choosing the wrong fuel. I get it. You go to Sheetz, sometimes there's like 8 different options. It is kind of a lot. Also, parking too far from the pump.
Just repark.
Should you, if you're really that worried about that, should you even be driving? And some are even concerned about the hygiene of the pumps themselves. I do kind of get that too.
That's why you keep hand sanitizer in the car. Pro tip.
Yeah, a lot of them do actually just have a squeeze, a thing there.
Oh, really? I've never noticed that.
Yeah, well, after COVID.
I've never noticed that.
They got the pumps. I don't know how full they usually are.
I usually just keep hand sanitizer with me in the car.
In a pinch, you can just dip your hands in that liquid that you use for the windshield.
No, that'll do the opposite. That'll give you typhoid or something else, so don't do that.
It says that more than 2/3 of Gen Z admitted to asking a family member, partner, or friend to refill their car for them to avoid this feeling. Is this real? Is this actually real? Or was this a survey of like 2 Gen Z people? And
one of them said they had refuel anxiety.
Right.
I'm hoping it's not real because that's sad if it is real. I feel like I'm getting depressed more and more with this show, Hudson. Like every headline is making me a little sad about our society that we live in. But I don't have this. I will say the one thing that gives me anxiety as a car owner is taking my car to the mechanic or to get an oil change. I know I shouldn't be filled with anxiety for that, but it's because they know I know nothing about cars, that I feel like they are like going to try and take advantage of me, which hasn't happened. But, they'll ask me these questions like, do you want your air filter changed? Do you want your radiator fluid changed? Do you want the blah, blah, blah? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just change the oil and leave me alone, And so I get a little bit anxious when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But with refueling your tank, you don't even have to talk to anybody. Like, you don't even have to do anything. Like, why would anybody be scared of that?
Yeah, I'm not 100% convinced that this really can be trusted.
Right.
But have you ever done this? This is embarrassing, though. You ever go to the gas station and there's a lot of explanations, but you pull up to the pump and you realize wrong side, and then you pull around. And
wrong
then you
side
did
again?
The wrong side again, and then you're
That's what
at
that
that
little
point
arrow's for.
So embarrassed. But a lot of people don't know about the arrow.
Well, we should tell them then.
Yeah.
We should let them know.
Yeah.
Look at the arrow.
There's an arrow on your gas gauge that tells you, it points to the side of the car that your thing is on.
Yeah, that your gas tank is on.
But you don't always think about that. Sometimes maybe this is, me showing my privilege, but you have multiple cars. So
well, you can just look down as you're parking.
But you just go into autopilot the first time. And so then the pressure's on the second time of like, all right, everybody just saw me pull into the wrong one the first time. And so now I got to wheel around, and then you have to do a figure 8 to get it on the right side because you can't just pull around in a circle.
Yep.
And so, yeah, you just got to pull away at that point. You just got to find another gas station.
Leave?
Yeah, you just got to leave and hope there's another gas station before you run out of
I'll
fuel.
tell you what makes me leave a gas station.
What's that?
When I go put my card in and it's like, please see attendant. I'm like, I'm out of here. No way. I'm not talking to anybody.
Yeah, I don't like
next gas pump, please.
Yeah, I don't prefer that either. I would skip town.
Right. Unless I'm paying with cash, I'm not prepared to talk to anybody at a gas station.
I love when it says, please see cashier for receipt.
No way.
I'm like,
no shot.
Yeah. Oh, you know what gives me anxiety at gas stations? When you go fill up and it has a screen and it's blasting commercials at you.
Oh, that's annoying.
18x volume. That's what gives me anxiety. On the menu today is the all-new Oreo Reese's and the new Reese's Oreos. I guess that's reversed if you are watching on the RadioU Mornings YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They have literally Oreo flavored Reese's cups and Reese's flavored Oreo cookies. And I love what it says on the back of the Reese's Oreo bag. Oreo and Reese's. No explanation needed.
Yeah.
What else? You don't need to know anything else. They should have done this years ago.
100%. These are two amazing and beloved brands. Mm-hmm. We love these
American
snacks.
institutions.
Yes, like Denny's. We love these snacks. And so we're just going to enjoy these.
So do you want to have the cups first or the cookies first?
Honestly, since the cookies are right here, I kind of want to do the cookies first.
Okay, yeah. And this time we do actually have milk, but I still feel like you have to
straight up cookie first.
Straight up cookie. Then I peel it apart and try the cream inside on its own, and then dip it and see how the dip experience
This is gonna be a long food fight.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, you go ahead and try first. He's taking a bite of the cookie, everyone. If you can't see, you can also watch this food fight by heading over to our YouTube channel, RadioU Mornings, or you can find it on Facebook, RadioU, and at RadioU Mornings. All right, you're doing the peel part now. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm giving play-by-play.
I'm going to be honest. It pretty much just tastes like a peanut butter Oreo.
The peanut butter is a little overwhelming, you think?
No, it's not. It's not. It's a good balance.
Okay.
But it's just not noticeably different if you've ever had just the peanut butter Oreos that they've made for years. It's not like, oh, this is Reese's and those weren't. It's just you can't really tell a difference. But maybe when you have the cream on its own, it has more of a Reese's.
I took too big of a bite.
There's no such thing. I guess in radio.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's taking too long for me to chew it. I see what you mean, but this is still delicious.
I mean, yeah, it's still obviously amazing. Like, there's no way it was going to be bad.
No way.
But it just really does just taste like a peanut butter Oreo. And now we have to dip it in milk. At least I have to dip it in milk. I feel like I'd be doing myself and everyone listening and watching a disservice if I don't dip it in milk.
Yeah, so you guys show the milk to the camera.
Hopefully it won't fall down into the more I talk, the more time I'm wasting.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. You have milk on your beard right now.
This is just the way Oreos are meant to be enjoyed.
It's true. How many times do you usually dunk it?
I hold it. I don't dunk. I hold.
I'm a dunker.
Which is with peril because sometimes if you hold too long, you don't time it just right, it'll just fall right off into the cup.
Yeah, but it will.
But then you get a treat at the end when you finish your milk. So it's still a win-win.
Very good with the milk. It's just going to be good in general. These slap.
With the milk, though, that is the best out of the ways that we just tried it.
And this milk is like so cold. It's perfect for this. Oh, I'm having the time of my life, everybody.
You're turning into Broccoli Alley.
Broccoli Alley's coming out.
For the for the Reese's cups that are Oreo flavored, it seems that the top is like Oreo. It's white, so the top is like Oreo cream, but then it's a regular chocolate on the bottom. Oreo cream flavored, whatever. And then in the interior, the cookie part, it seems to be in the bottom, at least judging by what the bag shows.
Okay. Go ahead and have one.
Mm-hmm.
I will say these are like real crumbly. These cups.
Mm-hmm.
They're falling apart a little bit.
And they're mini.
Yeah, they are the smaller ones.
I'm not sure if they have the full size Oreo Reese's cups. How do we feel about that?
It's good, but I don't like it as much as the Oreo.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I feel like Oreo won in this collaboration.
Yep.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oreo always wins. We talk about this whenever we do an Oreo food fight. Oreo never disappoints.
Yeah.
They hit home runs. They hit dingers.
Really want more. Like, it's so funny because I couldn't tell you if it was much different from the peanut butter Oreo at all, which I never have gotten excited about. But that in milk was so good.
It was so good.
Like,
I could eat that all day.
The most satisfying thing you can imagine. And so I'm glad they did this. I don't know why we never addressed this, why it comes in a box. An Oreo's in a box?
It's in a box, but like it still has the plastic sleeve.
Right. So it just feels wasteful.
Yeah, it does.
Like, why did they?
Over the top a little bit with that. But hey, you know what? We gave a lot of credit and props to Wendy's with the marketing and the all the special stuff they did for the Wednesday meal. So I guess this is Oreo trying to go a little over the top with this
just
collab.
trying to make it feel special.
Yeah, which I get.
It's a limited time. It's easier to say if you want to be a weirdo and collect this box and save it.
Yeah.
That's easier than the foil packaging. So the sleeve. So well, thank you, Oreo and Reese's, for doing this.
10 out of 10.
Thanks for watching on the Radio U Mornings YouTube channel. Thanks for listening to Radio U.
Thanks for listening to the Radio U Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.